Hey guys, and welcome back to Resident Evil 5. In the last episode we completed chapter 2-1, and it was a pretty lengthy chapter. I believe it was about 45 minutes, maybe even longer. And we got a few BSAA emblems. I think we got two or three BSAA emblems. And I think that puts us to number 8. So we have 8 of the BSAA emblems collected. Also, we got some new weapons, such as the H&K MP5 machine gun and the S75 sniper rifle. And we got a bunch of items along the way and ammo. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and refill my handgun ammo, and I'm gonna remove the MP5, the green and red herb, and all of the ammo and stuff on Sheva. And I'm also gonna remove the sniper rifle and the green herb. So, along the way, if you head down to your inventory, safe, and press the right trigger to see your treasures, we got a bunch of goodies on the last chapter. So we got 2 jewel bangles from the big man, Majini. So you can sell them for 2,000 apiece. A topaz pair. We got 2 of them, a sapphire pair, and a extremely rare ruby marquise. Yeah, I'm slipping on my words today. So you can sell this for 3,000. We got a sapphire square, ruby square, and a emerald pair. So now that we got all of our treasures sold, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the shop. So if you missed the H&K MP5 and the S75 sniper rifle from the briefcases in the last section, then you can pick them up at the store for $2,000 a piece. And other than that, there's not very much new stuff here. But before we go, I am going to upgrade my handgun. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the critical percent, which will put us at 3 stars. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it again. So if you have enough money, the first thing I would do is go ahead and upgrade all 3 stars on the M92F handgun, so that your critical percent is at its max. And you'll know whenever it says you have purchased all available upgrades in green for the critical percent. So if you want, you can now start working on the firepower, reload speed, and capacity. But none of that is really too much important for now. So instead of spending the rest of my money, which is only like $1,000, I'm just going to save it, because there's some pretty good stuff coming up in the store that we're going to need to buy. So I would highly suggest, once you have upgraded your handgun, the critical percent of your handgun, and you get all 3 stars, that is all I would recommend doing for now, instead of upgrading the firepower and everything else. I just save your money, because we're going to get a lot of new weapons coming up, and some of the weapons are really powerful. So we're going to have some cash saved up in order to upgrade them. So now that you have the critical percent maxed out on the M92F, you should be able to pop heads off like no tomorrow. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and choose ready.
Sheva, do you know where the mines are?
Past the station. Not too far from here. Follow me.
And this begins chapter 2-2. So before you exit the room, be sure to grab the green herb right directly behind Chris. And grab some ammo. And that should be it for this room. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and exit. Now this next area is going to be littered with dogs. So if you notice at the very end of the trains, there is a claymore on the wall. So we're going to want to be really quick here. I'm just going to quickly run through the area because I don't want to waste all my ammo on these dogs. Instead, I'm going to use the claymore to my advantage. So whenever the dogs come out, you can go ahead and shoot the claymore to kill them. And then shoot the next claymore and run around the trains. And at the other side of the trains on the wall, you will notice a green jewel beetle.
Come on!
So go ahead and grab that.
Come on!
Okay.
And I'm trying to get this machine gun ammo. So there's a bunch of dogs in this area, but instead of wasting my ammo, I'm just going to quickly head back to the west and climb up these crates here. Alright, so once you have the 3 zombies on the top of the trains taken care of, before you head any farther, go ahead and jump over to the west train. And if you look in the distance, there should be a tower. And at the very top of the tower, you should be able to see a BSAA emblem. So it's kind of hard to shoot if you don't have a sniper rifle. You're going to want to take your time and make sure that the red dot is showed up before you shoot it. So go ahead and shoot that, which is at the top of the tower to the west side of the area, for BSAA emblem number 9. And if you have a sniper rifle, you should be able to get that with ease. Alright, so after we've got that, at the end of the west train, you should find a pile of gold. Once you got that, jump all the way over to the east. And before you head down the path, be careful because there's a claymore. So go ahead and shoot that. And before you hop down, because if you look directly below you, there is a cart that you're going to fall into. And as soon as you fall, you're going to be taking along these train tracks. So before you do that, it's wise to shoot the claymores that are set up over the railroad tracks. So there's 2 of them, but the second one is kind of hard to see. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot the first one, quickly jump down and aim for the second one. Oh, and I didn't get it. Wow. What horrible accuracy. After you get off of the cart, go ahead and backtrack to find a pile of gold sitting on the side of the train tracks. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and take the elevator down into the mining area. So the first thing you're going to want to take note of in the mining area is that the GPS minimap in the corner is unavailable. Along with that, the area is very dark and it's a pretty dangerous area. So you're going to want to advance with caution, because not only do you not know where you're going because you can't see on your minimap, but it's extremely dark, making it kind of hard to navigate your way through the mines. So if you head forward a little bit, you will see a lantern on the ground. So you can press B to have your partner pick that up.
Stay close to me.
And the purpose of the lantern is to shine the light so that you can see where you're going. So go ahead and follow the railroad tracks, or the cart tracks I should say, until you come to a split. Now it's going to split to the left and to the right. So the first thing we're going to want to go is the path to the right. And at the end of the path you should find a red herb that you can pick up. So I'm going to go ahead and combine that with my green herb and give my partner
I owe you one.
the machine gun ammo to free up some inventory space. Once you have the red herb, go ahead and take the left path and into the water. Now just as you turn this corner, you're going to want to watch out because there are zombies. And shooting this zombie will cause its head to mutate into what is known as a Capello Magini. So I'm going to refer to these kind of enemies as Capello Maginis from now on. Go ahead and unload on the Capello Magini until he's defeated. And then further up the path is another Magini. So I'm going to go ahead and take him out, and the path will split yet again. So you're going to want to take the right side path. Whenever the path splits for the second time. And here you should find a couple of breakable crates. Oh, and we got people behind us. So you can go ahead and break the crates to find a couple flash grenades, which are going to come in very big handy, because as you can see, this place has a lot of Capello Maginis, which are the zombies that have the head mutation. So what the main purpose of the stun grenade, or the flash grenade, I'm sorry, is it will instantly kill all of the Magini mutations, such as the Capello or a few other Maginis that we have yet to encounter. So if you're running low on ammo, or just to save a lot of ammo, for the Capello type Maginis that you see a lot of in this area, all you have to do is simply throw a flash grenade at them to instantly kill them. So you should have your hands on about 2 flash grenades. So you're going to want to make sure you use them wisely. And once you have taken care of that, take the left path and you should come to a bridge. Now when you come to this bridge, you're going to want to look to your right and you should see a waterfall, and towards the top of the waterfall is a BSAA emblem. So once you get to the bridge, just look to the right and towards the top of the waterfall, and there you should see the emblem. So you can shoot that to collect BSAA emblem number 10. So our collection on those are coming along quite nicely. Now at the next area, you're going to want to advance with caution because there are 3 zombies. So you can go ahead and take off all of their heads so that they all transform into a Capello Magini. And then once you have all of their heads taken off, if they are Capellos, you can use 1 flash grenade to take them all out at once. Now the reason I said to wait and shoot off all their heads before you use the flash grenade is because you probably only have 2 flash grenades, and if you use the flash grenade you got earlier on the Capello Magini, then you only have 1 left. So if you take off all the zombies' heads that you come around this corner and see, then usually there's 2 Capellos, but sometimes you'll get lucky and there will only be 1. But just in case there are 2, as you just seen, they were both coming at me at once, I used 1 stun grenade to take them both out. And this not only conserves your ammo, but you will get an achievement for it called Into the Light. So once you've got that, go ahead and head around the corner and the path will split again. And as you can see, the our handgun, the M92F, is a lot more powerful because we have upgraded the critical percent to the maximum. You should now be able to pop off the zombies' heads a lot more easier. So when the path splits, go ahead and take the right hand side to find a few breakable crates. Now it's really dark in this area, and some of the crates you bust open will have snakes inside of them. So if that does happen, you can try and dodge the snake's attack, but if not, you will be damaged slightly. It's not a lot, but you're going to want to watch out for them. Once that's taken care of, go ahead and follow the path to the north and then backtrack slightly to find a few more breakable crates. So once you have that taken care of, go ahead and follow the path and watch out for the zombie that's hidden around the corner. He's waiting to jump you. So directly behind where the zombie was standing, there are 2 more breakable crates.
I owe you one.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my partner
Thanks, partner.
the incendiary grenades and the hand grenades so that I can free up some of the space in my inventory. So when you're done, go ahead and follow the path around, and you should see some light in the distance, and that is going to be the end of the tunnel. But before you head in that direction, look directly to the left, and here the path will split two different directions. So if you take the left hand path, it's kind of a hidden area. You will come to two breakable crates and a chest that you can open for the rare gem, the diamond oval. Once you have this rare gem, go ahead and head back to the main path. And continue following it until you reach the lever. Now the way you're going to want to do this is to press the X button and use the left stick to crank the gate up, and Sheva will run to the other side. So quickly release the gate and turn around, because there are going to be some zombies that try to ambush you. And there's 3 of them that try to attack you from behind. So as soon as she runs on the other side of the gate, you're going to want to turn around quickly. Now, after you've taken care of the zombies, Sheva should raise the gate for you on the other side so that you can cross. And before you head to this next area, I was going to tell you that this place is going to be swarming with enemies. So instead of us staying and fighting and killing them all, we are going to quickly run through, because there's nothing of interest here. There are no important items such as BSAA emblems or gems or weapons. All that's in this area is just ammunition and a few breakable crates, which is not too important. So instead of looting the whole area, which would take about 5 or 10 minutes, we're just going to quickly run to the top. So just follow my path and I'll lead you straight to the top. Upon entering the wide open area, the zombies will come out. So what you're going to want to do is run to the north and climb the ladder on the other side of the room, and then follow the path to the right, and you should reach a second ladder that you can climb. At the top of the path, go ahead and quickly break open the crate and pick up the green herb. Now we're going to run past all these zombies that are trying to attack us. And when the path splits, take the right hand side. Now at the end of the path, you should come to 2 zombies. And you're going to want to be careful, because one of them has grenades, which can do a lot of damage if you're hit. So once you take them out, go ahead and board the elevator so that you can exit the mines. And with that, that dangerous area is now taken care of. So at the next area, go ahead and prepare yourself.
Don't be reckless. I owe you one.
And heal yourself up. So this next area is going to be littered with zombies, and instead of running past them like we did before, We're going to take them all out so that we can
Thanks, partner.
get a bunch of good items that are located in this next area. So go ahead and heal yourself up, and when you're ready, climb the stairs for a short cutscene.
Oh shit.
So you must be Irving.
Wow, perceptive, aren't ya?
You think this is a joke? You're just like all the other pieces of scum terrorists.
Oh, I'm not like them. I'm a businessman with standards.
Drop the weapon.
Or, how about you drop yours?
Looks like Irving has a partner.
There must be something here he didn't want us to see.
What is it?
Look at this.
The oil field. That's in the marshlands.
Okay, so after
Delta
the
team, Chris
cutscene,
here. We located Irving, but he got away.
Roger.
Do you know where he went?
We
Irving
think
will
he's heading
have
for
got
an oil
away,
field in the marshlands.
and you will be on the upper floor of the house.
I need you two to head back this way.
So quickly check the locker to the south of the room to find a Dragunov SVD sniper rifle. And we're going to quickly equip this and press X to take cover.
We'll be right.
Now you're going to want to be very careful here because there is a Magini that is on a mounted turret.
Good work.
So after you take him out, there are a few more enemies in the area, and if you don't take them out in time, they will get on top of the turret and start shooting at you again.
I need ammo.
Okay. Use this.
So before you take them out, you're going to want to watch your back. Because the zombies will come from behind you. So I'm going to quickly take out the zombies that are trying to ambush us. And once that's taken care of, I'm going to deal with the Magini that is on the turret. Alright, so now that he's taken care of, we can deal with the rest of the zombies in the area. So there are a few.
Help me! Thanks.
And like I said, as soon as you take out the Magini that's on the turret, the rest of the Majinis down there. We'll get back on the turret in place of the one you already took out.
Are you okay? Nice shot.
All right. So once the area is cleared out, I'm going to quickly heal up with the green and red herb so I can get full health. And then I'm going to head to the bottom stairs. And exit the building. Now before you run through this area, there are a few things we are going to pick up here. So go ahead and head to the west and climb the small red ladder you come to. And then take a left once you're at the top of the ladder to find a chest with a diamond brilliant. Which is a very rare gem. Now with that taken care of, I am going to take out the rest of the Majini in the area. And don't forget the red herb that is to the right once you reach the top of the small red ladder. And once you've got that, you can make your way to the north. And here you'll find a portal potty.
You grab it.
Okay.
So you can choose either X or B. So I'm gonna let Shiva be the bait. And by opening the portal potty, a Majini will be inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and take him out to clear the bottom area of enemies. Now before you head up the ladder, you're going to want to look towards the top of the ladder on the right hand side of it. And you should see a sparkling item stuck inside the mountain. So if you shoot it, the gem will fall to the ground and you can pick it up. So this is a diamond pear. Once you have it, go ahead and climb the ladder. And if you didn't take out the enemies earlier, you will have to take out the enemies on top of the ladder. But fortunately, we already took them out with the sniper rifle. So as soon as you climb the ladder, go ahead and head to the left. And if you look in the distance, you're probably going to have to pull out your sniper rifle. But if you look directly to the east, the southeast, you will see a BSAA emblem on the building. So it's just to the southeast after you climb the ladder. So we can go ahead and try and shoot it. Go ahead and shoot it for BSAA emblem number 10. Or no, that was number 11, I believe. So now that that's taken care of,
I need ammo.
I want to quickly reload my sniper rifle. And whenever you have all of the items, remember there are 2 gems and 1 BSAA emblem in the first area. Go ahead and jump down the ladder on the other side and jump down again to reach the ground level. Now, this is the second area of the cliffs, and you're going to want to advance with caution, because a lot of the Magini in this area will have hand grenades, and as you can see, they throw them. Now these grenades will do massive damage to you if you're not careful. So just remember, advance with caution, take it nice and easy, and you should be able to make your way around the winding path to reach the top. Now you will notice that there is a ladder that you can use an assist jump with Sheva. But before we do that, notice near the top of the second ladder is another glowing gem that's stuck into the mountain. So if you want, go ahead and shoot that so that it falls onto the cliff above. And we will pick up that gem that we shot earlier. But for now, just take it nice and slow because there are a lot of enemies in this area. So as long as you take it nice and easy, you should be able to make it through this area. That was a really close call, and that's why I said this area is dangerous. You're going to want to take it nice and slow, but you're going to want to watch for the zombies that are above you, because they all have grenades and they will be throwing them down at the area where you're at. So there's about 10 to 15 different zombies in this area. So once you have cleared them out, take it nice and easy and follow the path around until you reach the top area where there is a ladder you can jump down. So once you jump down, go ahead and pick up the gem that you shot off that was stuck into the cliff earlier for a diamond square. Once you have the gem, climb back up the ladder and follow the winding path to the top. So we're almost there. We got one final push. And at the end of the path, you should see a green crate.
It's too heavy for you. Let me give you a hand.
But before you can push it off the side of the cliff, you need to finish off the remaining zombies in this area. So once they are taken care of, they will continuously drop from a hole that is inside the mountain. And you'll know that you have taken out all the zombies in the area whenever the music has stopped playing. And once that's done, push the crate off the side of the mountain so that you can open up the path forward. So here I'm just going to quickly free up some space.
Thanks.
I'm going to give Sheva the grenades.
Thanks, partner.
And some
I owe you one.
handgun ammo. Now, before you drop down,
Take it.
Okay.
we're going to talk a little bit of preparation. What you're going to want to do is reload all your guns, and you're going to want to have a lot of shotgun ammo.
I need ammo.
So if Sheva has any ammo on her, make sure that you have your shotgun equipped and you have a lot of ammo. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and drop down below and run forward for a scene. Weapon.
I don't know what that thing is.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is notice the breakable crates in the area. Go ahead and break them open for a new item, which is known as the proximity bomb. And before you exit out of the shack, you're going to want to be careful because he will attack you. And in order to dodge his attacks, you have to press the X button at the right time. So before you physically engage this guy, you're going to want to break open all of the crates in the area.
Take it.
Roger.
So that you can get all of the items.
You grab it.
Can't be serious. Track between us. I'll take the rear.
Alright, so now the final shack is down at the bottom.
Come on.
Okay.
Take it.
Okay.
Alright, so once all of the items in the area are looted, and you have them all, now you can start focusing on the boss.
Take it.
Okay.
Alright, so the way you're gonna kill this guy, because we don't have strong enough weapons, is to go ahead and equip the proximity bomb from your inventory. Now the way this works is you have to place it on the ground, and you're going to try and have the boss run over it. So try and place it in the middle of the area.
This thing won't stop moving. What can we do to slow it down?
And you're going to want the boss to be on the ground, because sometimes it will periodically fly in the air. So if this happens, try and shoot the pink underbelly of the boss. And you're going to have to just wait until it gets back on the ground and starts following you. Now, whenever he is on the ground, you're going to want to lead him over the proximity bomb. And remember, you have to press the dodge button in order to evade this boss's attacks. So just time the button mash correctly, and be sure to press the correct button and wait for him to get on the ground. And you're going to want him to run over the proximity bomb. When this happens, he will fall to the ground and be immobilized for a short period of time. And this is your cue to run to the side of him and start pumping shotgun bullets into his stomach. So his weak spot is the pink underbelly. Once he gets back up, go ahead and place another proximity bomb so that he runs over it. And then when he is immobilized, you can head around to his side and continue shooting with your shotgun. So this might take a few different times because our weapons aren't completely upgraded yet, so they aren't doing as much damage as they need to be. Just remember to lure the boss over top of the proximity bombs. And hopefully this should finish him off. He is still standing. So I'm just going to go ahead and place another proximity bomb. And hopefully this is enough to take him out. And if you run out of shotgun ammo, switch to your sniper rifle. And after you have done enough damage, he should be defeated. Very epic cutscene that follows. And your backup has arrived. So after the boss is defeated, you will be rescued, and that is the end of chapter 2-2. So after completing the chapter, you should get an achievement and a grade. So my accuracy was 81%, 59 enemies routed, 0 deaths, and a clear time of 38 minutes and 26 seconds. Putting my overall rank for this chapter an A, which gives us 900 bonus points. So after you have reviewed your rank, you can press start to continue, and you'll be taken to the preparation screen. So after that's taken care of, that's going to conclude this episode of Resident Evil 5. And I'll see you guys next time where we prepare for the next mission.